What's going on YouTube, Twitch, live podcasts, all these different things. So I'm kind of whispering. I'm not in my studio. My wife and I are out traveling today, but I want to come on and make this video in regards of learning to say no. My name is Terrell Humphrey, and welcome to the Phase Knowledge Podcast. Here, I've produced over 893 podcast episodes, and I'm learning more about business, and I want to bring you along the journey and explain everything that I'm going through, what I've learned, and what I'm going to start doing, so that way you can start applying it to yourself, your business as well. So, first thing first, it's 8:43, and I typically go live at 8 in the morning. And so I was like, all right, even though we're traveling, I still wanna commit to the process, commit to the journey, commit to like really like doing the work. And this one is so important because it came to me and it was like, you have to learn to say no. That's what the topic is gonna be about. I don't have my pen, I don't have my notebook. Hopefully I remember this topic, but this one is so important. Learning to say no will help you understand why you need to say no. Give you a prime example. When I started back half a decade, trying to figure out what I wanted to do, how I wanted to go about doing it, I had no idea what I was doing. Nonetheless, I had no idea what I was doing, so I tried to do everything. As I tried to do everything, I did nothing. I did absolutely nothing. And throughout that journey, every time I started something new, I started over. Every time I started over, I started something new. Every time I started something new, I literally had to start at the bottom. Learning to say no taught me the importance of identifying what I need to do, why I need to do it, and how consistent I need to do it. This helped me understand the podcast production business that I've been trying to grow over the last half a decade. And today, my family and I went out to eat. And as I went out to eat to this location here in Little Rock, Arkansas, it's a place called Delicious Temptations. And I literally remember before they are where they are today, they started in like a small area, small location, and now they've grown, like literally grown. But they're growing, selling the same exact thing. They're growing because they have focus. They're growing because more they have more customers than demand. When I saw this, it gave me like a, it matters to focus on one thing, because when you learn to say no, you can focus on one thing even more. Now, I'm not in their business, I'm not doing their business, but I'm on the outside looking in. And as I'm out on the outside looking in, it's like, man, okay, how can I apply that to my business? How can I apply it to what I'm doing? How can I apply it to everything that I'm doing around the podcast production business? And it's not the fact that it's not going well, it's more so I'm understanding how to do it well. Learning to focus, learning how to say no helps you focus because you are not all over the place. You are literally doing the thing that pushes forward, that pushes you forward. And that, like, bro, oh my god, it blew my mind because it was so simple. I'm looking at the menu, front, back. I was like, what I normally get? What I normally get? And I remembered. But I tell you, the thing that they have been doing, which is why they're in business, which is selling breakfast food. They are doing this business, yet they've been doing it for so long. Their focus came from them understanding their business, and it was like, man, this is good to see. Like, the design is different, and the interior is different, and like, it's something different about the owners. What was different about the owners is that there was more focus on growing their impact. They were more focused on being more intentional. They were more focused on learning to say no. Of course, again, I'm just speculating. It's just me being on the outside looking in. In fact, I'm actually good friends with both of them. I went in, my family, I went in, and I saw the owners, and I talked to them because before I moved, I literally talked to them, and I built that relationship with them, and I was like, bro, man, it's good to see what y'all building. It's good to see this. And I have, oh my goodness, I just recognized I have a way to talk to them to learn how they did it. I listen. I literally have a way to talk to these people on how they did it, because it's not the fact that they are not successful. It's the fact that they are learning to say no, and they are focused around their business. That is what's the difference. Based off me being on the outside looking in, me getting educated, that's two, going to different mentorship programs, going to different business programs, entrepreneurship programs, going to school for business management. It's like, well, the thing that you're doing has to work. What is the thing? The thing is the business. What is the business? The business that I'm doing is the podcast production. What does that consist of? Why does that matter? Learning to say no helps you put things in place that will prove why no is important. No is not a waste. No is not bad. No is like you're saying no for a reason. The reason you're saying no is because the at least for me, the reason why I'm saying no is because I have to figure out what I'm doing. There's no if and buts about it. I have to figure out what I'm doing. And see, I'm only able to do that when I'm able to put my time, my energy, and my efforts towards the podcast production business. When we got on the flight this morning, I literally had a thought. I was like, what if, hold on. What if, okay, you know how people travel? People travel and they travel to buy the ticket, the hotel, to eat, all these different things, right? But what if someone pays to travel, and as they're traveling, they're getting paid to travel. They're getting paid to go speak. They're getting paid to go do all these different things. Like they're using their gifts to create more revenue from what they spent. That right there is called in the business world is what I'm learning. It's like the profit and loss. When you spend money, how much money are you getting back? You don't get no money back if you're not willing to spend anything. So I'm like, hold on. So it's not just about one way of doing business. When you understand your business, you become more creative. Yet when you become more creative, you understand that there's something that you are learning, something that you are understanding, something that's beneficial. And it was mind blowing. It was mind blowing. It was mind blowing. It was mind blowing. It was mind blowing because this was something I was looking for. Like this information I was looking for, and when I started to understand it, it just like fell into my lap. When it fell into my lap, I was like, "Hold on, let me pull out ChatGPT." I went to ChatGPT, typed a whole bunch of questions, and I wanted to know. Wait, hold on. What we're focused on are podcasts, social media, webinars. The webinars feed podcasts, podcast feed social media, and then when you start like all these different people that are speaking, they're writing books, they're doing all these different things. But I'm like, is that the route that I need to go? Is that the route that I need to go? It's not the fact that the different lanes to communicate with the customers is not good. It's more so, what do you have time for? What do you have energy for? What do you have systems for? What do you have organizations for? And when I reflected, I was like, wait, hold on. I've been putting things in place for a long period of time. Speaking engagements, speaking real, podcast conversations, interviews, team development, learning about finances. Like there's so many different things that I've been putting into place. On the contrary, I didn't recognize it was a place for it to go. Learning to say no helps you understand that you can't have multiple different businesses if you don't understand the first one that you are in. Nonetheless, you can have multiple if you understand how to systematize, or what I'm learning to understand how to organize your structure. That alone. Hold on, hold on, hold on. That alone is a game changer. Learning to say no is learning how to identify opportunities. Somebody said this. It was it Amazon, Jeff Bezos, somebody said this. They said as a CEO, the hardest decisions to make are the ones that count, or the ones that you need to make. And it's like, huh, that's different. It's different because you literally have to learn how to say no to things that's gonna pull you away. I thought that me speaking in public, me going to different places around that, was gonna take the time away. But what if I start to put things in place, or rather, I put things in place, and then as I continue to like perfect it, organize it, and structure it, what if I just become more profitable with what I'm already doing? What if I have more customers based off what I've already proven? What if I demonstrate the power of podcasting? Learning to say no is the most critical thing a business owner can ever focus on. So, this is going to be a short one because we had a long flight today and I'm getting sleepy, to be honest. Nonetheless, it's like that's what I was looking for this whole entire time. Learning to say no is helping you identify the focus that you need to that you need to put time and energy in, so that way you can develop it even more. Mm, this is this. I had to come on here, press live, and really talk about it because it's that serious. Learning to say no only creates opportunity, yet it removes the things that people don't say yes to. Mm. So hit that follow button, hit that subscribe, man. This is a great realization right here, and it's just the beginning. So we on day number 17 of the 90-day challenge to grow a podcast business, and I think I'm actually hit the goal of making $100,000 within the next 90 days, and I think I am. I'm on day number 17. I keep y'all updated, and so I just want to come on and share this short video for now. So I appreciate y'all. Let me know the comments your biggest takeaway on why learning to say no is important. I love to read it, love to engage with it. Nonetheless, click the follow video right here to watch my videos how to personally and professionally develop within your business. I appreciate y'all.